What is a cow's favorite holiday? Moo Year's Eve. Welcome back to Cover By. It's our last one of 2021, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. I'm Ryan, aka Magic Lasso. I have Cookie from Just a Little Podcast and Comics for Thomas standing by. We're going to sound off on an indie book this week. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subbed up to Comics for Thomas and Just a Little Podcast YouTube channels, the links are in the description for you to do so when this video wraps up. Thanks. I appreciate it, and I know they would too. So Blue Flame issue number 5 is our featured book today, and I'm going to kick us off with first thoughts. Let's take a look at the A cover. Now, I instantly get two distinct vibes from looking at this cover. First of all, I know nothing about this character. This is a brand new character to me, but looking at the cover, the first vibe that I get is Major Nova vibes. Is this supposed to be like a knockoff of Nova? He looks kind of Nova-ish to me, so I get that. And secondly, we have those panel of faces behind him. You know, it looks like he's on trial for something. And that instantly reminds me of that early scene in the Richard Donner Superman film where Zod is on trial with the Kryptonian villains, and they have all of the faces on the screens behind him who are passing judgment, which is one of my favorite scenes from the Richard Donner Superman film too. But I get that vibe too. I like the big planet, I assume that's Earth, maybe, in the background. I think that looks cool too. Now we're going to jump over to the B cover. Okay, this is interesting. I'm assuming this guy is the Blue Flame when he's not in his superhero form, his secret identity. That's what I'm assuming, at least. The skeletons behind are interesting. I don't know if that one is doing necessarily a dance or if it's like a workout. I don't know what's going on there. And then they have flames above their heads. So are they like Green Lanterns where is there just one blue flame, or is it like a Green Lantern where there's several Green Lanterns? I don't know about that either. This cover, it's interesting. The skeletons, I think, are just kind of what's throwing me off with it. So let's get our first thoughts now, starting with a guy that knows a lot about Nova because he's a big Nova fan. Here's Comics for Thomas.
So out of Vault Comics, we have the Blue Flame, number 5. I've not heard of this title. I've obviously heard of Vault Comics, but I couldn't name too many titles from them. And someone who collects indie, I'm surprised that I don't. This is a neat cover. Again, I really enjoy anything that has to do with like a moon or a sun or a world in the background. So I do enjoy that. I don't know. The bottom half is neat with kind of like the panels of obviously like there's people behind him, and then it looks like there's people kind of sitting back as well. So I assume that he's everyone's just kind of standing around looking at this guy, wondering what's going to go on. So it's not calling to me as a cover that I would be like, hey, I want to know what's going on in that book. Also, it's issue number 5, so I'm sure they're not going real crazy about making anything drastic to try to catch you to read. I do like the red and blue combination. Look at the B cover. This one is, you can tell this is a variant. Without seeing any other issues, you can tell it's either a B cover or a variant for sure. I just don't. It's not that the character itself looks like it could be drawn on an A cover or in every issue just like that, but it's the surrounding that's going on that you can. I don't know. Sometimes you can just tell, like, oh, that's a B or C cover definitely right away. Let me see where, what the A cover looks like. I like the color scheme. Definitely, I don't really know what's going on with the skeletons in the background. Kind of just looks like they're at a space dance with skeletons. It's a weird cover.
Sounds good, Thomas. Now let's check in with Cookie from Just a Little Podcast with his first thoughts.
Hey guys, you made it through the holidays. Welcome to Cover By. This is I guess Christmas coming into the new year. So Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. Happy holidays to those who celebrate, and to those who don't celebrate anything, happy day. Oh, happy day. All right. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Blue Flame. It's from Vault Comics. This is going to be issue 5. So both these covers, honestly, I have no idea what this book's about. I am completely lost. I've never read this book. I have seen it, but I've never read it, so I have no idea what it's about. But based off of the covers, you have cover A, which you have this dude, I'm assuming is Blue Flame. I could be wrong. Who knows? Blue Flame standing in the middle, and then you have a bunch of these like floating heads that are on screens around him, and then behind that, it's almost like a mural of all these different creatures behind him. I think it's a really cool cover. I love the fact that you have like the Earth or some type of planet that resembles Earth behind him. I think it's a really cool cover. I really dig it. I like the contrast between the blue and the red, hence blue and red flame. So I think it's pretty cool. Then you have cover B. Cover B, I think, is also a pretty interesting cover as well. You have another dude who's on a crutch. Kind of cool concept. And then you have some skeletons dancing in the background with some blue flames above their heads. And I think that's also a very cool concept. You have this guy holding the earth in his hands. You have planets behind him. It's a very interesting cover. It's a kind of a trippy cover, if you will. It reminds me a lot of like a Day of the Dead. It reminds me a lot of maybe like the 70s-esque feel to it. So there's a lot of cool concepts going on between both of these. It's going to be real tough because I have no idea anything about this book, but I do like both these covers. So let's find out.
Okay, thanks, Cookie. So interestingly enough, none of us really have experience with this character, so we're all judging a book literally by its cover because we don't know much about this character. For my pick, I think it is the A cover. That's the one that speaks to me the most. I like the layout of the cover the best. I think the skeletons threw me off on the B cover, so that's what I'm going to go for. Is the A cover today. That's my pick. Let's see if the rest of our panel is in agreement. Once again, here's Comics for Thomas with his pick.
So I am going with cover A. I think that was pretty clear that I was going to, just based on what I'm seeing in cover B. My only thing is like the background colors in B, I really enjoy, probably more than A. But it's the way he's drawn, I don't enjoy. And I like skulls on comics. I love skulls on comics. I'm not a huge fan of the skeletons and just kind of what their poses are like, I guess. And I'm not a fan of the little globe that he's kind of holding in B as well, even though I love globes and or worlds and stuff, planets. So A was pretty easy to pick out almost by default.
Okay, so we know that A is going to win, but is it a clean sweep this week? Here's Cookie from Just a Little Podcast to let us know.
All right, so honestly, I think I might have to go for cover A. I think cover A just beats it by a hair in regards to both covers. I think the amount of detail and the characters behind him, I think, are really, really cool. It's almost like he's on a trial, it seems like, or he's standing witness for the planet, or he's maybe the last stand, the last hope for the planet, the last hope for humanity. I don't know, but it looks really, really interesting. It seems like it's a cool concept. I love the detail on it. It reminds me a lot of George Perez, because George Perez put a lot of emphasis into the background, not just the main characters in it, but also the background. And this resembles that a little bit, and I think it's a really cool concept. I do love the Earth, so I'm going to go with cover A. Cover A is it for me.
It is a clean sweep this week. A is the winner. Sorry, B. Bye. A is our cover by winner today. Did you agree? Leave us a comment below. If you really know anything about this character or this issue or this book, leave some comments below too. Let me know if we, the panel, are missing out by not being familiar with this character. I'd love your thoughts on that as well. A is the winner. It's time for you to sound off, as I said in the comments section below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please take this opportunity to do so now. Clicking the notification bell will instantly inform you when new content is added to my channel. Share this channel and cover by with anyone that you might think would enjoy it. That's another great way to show support to my channel. I certainly would appreciate it. That's our last cover by of 2021. So that means our next cover by is in the future. It's our first one of 2022, and I literally mean it's in the future, because it's going to be a Legion of Superheroes comic book. And you know what? The first Friday of the month happens to be next Friday, so it's back-to-back weeks for cover by. We'll see you next Friday with that DC title. Happy New Year, and thank you for all of the support you've shown me and my friends and panel here on Cover By throughout 2021. I hope that you have an amazing, healthy, and successful 2022. Take care.